Next, I'd like to cover a short list of items that are significant, but we won't take in-person time to discuss on August 9th. These are all under the umbrella of coach and program development, resources that can continue to support growth and achievement for our coaches, our athletes, and our programs. First, I want to provide an update about bond projects. As you recall, in the fall of 2017, our community successfully passed a bond and levy that resulted in almost $5 million in athletics-related facilities enhancements. And while those sports-specific projects have been slow to start in 2018, I do want to give you an update on where we're headed. So this particular summer, the Hastings High School track is being completely renovated all the way down to the asphalt base. That work started in June. It will finish in August, and it's going to be fantastic when it's done. Calendar year 2019 will include the complete renovation of the Hastings Middle School gyms and locker rooms, the changeover of outdoor athletic field number 9 to a parking lot, which will increase access for user groups and spectators. And 2019 will also feature the complete list of projects at McNamara Stadium, Todd Field. That particular work will start in March and will finish in late August, early September, and will include the whole scope of the project, the installation of synthetic turf, paved parking lot, sound system, concessions, and bathroom upgrades. Note that there has been a large group of folks meeting this summer to iron out the details of that particular project, a combination of coaches and community volunteers. It's exciting work to kind of see where we're headed, and we look forward to the completion of all these bond-related projects moving forward. Second, I want to highlight our coaches book study. This will be year 3 of the book study, and you are always invited to participate, no matter your role or years of experience, or whether you've participated in the book studies before or not. This year, we will read The Culture Code by Daniel Coyle, and we will read Great Teams by Don Yeager. We'll read Great Teams first. We'll tackle that in the fall, in the October-November range, and then we'll read Culture Code in the winter, in the February-March range. How this works is I will order you your own copy of the book to keep for yourself, to mark and use, and then we typically meet in person twice for breakfast to kind of discuss first half, second half of each text. So what I need from you, if interested, is just to let me know that you are. So please contact me by September 1st if you have interest in one or both of these moving forward. Next, I'd like to talk about Head Coaches Breakfast. We will continue with our bi-monthly meetings from 6 o'clock to 7:15 a.m. at Perkins and Hastings, and we'll meet on these particular dates. So please mark your calendar. October 11th, December 13th, February 14th, and April 11th, which is the second Thursday every other month. All head coaches are expected to attend, and in the rare instance when you have a conflict, it's a reminder to please send an assistant coach from your program in place and let me know who that will be in advance. Next, I also want to highlight our peer observation process. This will be year 2 for that, for head coaches in particular. Head coaches, your groups are largely the same, but I did intentionally change one person in each group for this year to keep some consistency in your conversation, but also to diversify who you engage with. So as we approach the fall, make sure that you communicate within your group to determine who will observe a practice and who will observe a game, and in terms of what time frame. This year, one point of clarification in response to questions from you is that the expectation is for the observer to please contact the person that they observed within 24 hours of the actual observation. Share your impressions, share your takeaways, and provide them a copy of the observation document that you completed. That will really enhance the dialogue and make that conversation much more rich moving forward. Next, I'd like to also highlight for some, introduce for others, that we'll continue to use our program scorecard as the comprehensive matrix that helps to evaluate our status, our progress, and our growth in key areas that really measure our values. The 2017-18 benchmark data really has generated some great reflection and rich dialogue about our strengths, our areas to grow, ideas for action moving forward. And our head coaches are well versed in this tool from their direct review of it last year, but I want to make sure that this conversation is extending to our assistant coaches as well. Next, I'd like to highlight our Captain's Leadership Council that will be receiving a reboot in the 18-19 school year on an independent initiative led by Josh Colvin and Tim Hanneberg. They've got some very purposeful things planned, some intentional strategies. I commend them for their willingness to do this. I think it's just going to be a great outlet to develop our sport leaders. I bring it up now just so you're aware that it's happening, but also to be able to respond to those two as they reach out for connections and support moving forward. And finally, I want to introduce website resources in a continued effort to keep you connected to contemporary research and just good tools that continue to support you. There are 2 pages on our Hastings High School Athletics website that I want to encourage you to visit with some regularity this year. The first one is available for public view to any visitor anytime, and that's called the Sport Resources page. You can find that by hovering over the athletic department button on the top ribbon bar, following it alphabetically down to Sport Resources, and then clicking on it from there. This includes links to videos, websites, articles, and more. And I've tried to give a brief description of what kind of resource it is. And it's also separated into different categories about youth sports statistics, parent-related items, and then some sport coaching and sports systems pieces. They all really interrelate, but to give a focus to what people are looking for, I segmented them a little bit. So these are yours to review at your convenience and also share as you see fit within your network. Secondly, we do have a private resources page for Hastings High School coaches only. All head coaches currently have access to this page, and I want to encourage and expect that our assistant coaches at all levels to also have access to this. To do so, you do need to create a profile and become a member of the site, which is an easy thing to do. You just find the upper left-hand corner of the homepage, you click on the Connect to this site icon, input your desired email, and create a password, and you're done. Once you've taken that step, though, please let me know directly that you've created your profile, because then I need to go into the admin back office of the site and then give you access to the coaches page. Once there, you'll find a number of tools that will be referenced not only on August 9th, but used throughout the whole school year. And I'll continue to add to this and refine this as we go. Some on the left side are related specifically to coaches' development and seasonal items. Others on the right side and kind of towards the top are focused on our inside-out philosophy and character resources. So as it specifically relates to the right side, I want to make you aware of the 1819 Inside Out statement to kind of remind you of where we've been and where we're going with our character development. But we just want to, at this point, make you aware that these resources are here, that you know how to gain access to them, and that we'll continue to revisit these and come back to them throughout the 1819 school year. So in closing, I want to express my gratitude and say thank you to you. Not only for your short-term attention to this particular message and all the details within, but more significantly for your conscious choice to coach, to influence kids, to lead programs, and just to be a part of a fantastic Raiders athletics village. We'll see you soon. Enjoy the balance of your summer. Go Raiders.